There are times, no matter the level of our frustration, we must be cautious with what we write on the social media. I'm saying this because I have another tweet from him, which was written by him by 10:05 p.m. in April 21st, 2021. With the kind permission of Mr. President, I would like to read this tweet. He said, "Who conducted a security check on him when he was appointed? What sort of checks are done by at the Nigerian Senate when they confirm appointees and the media? Question for another day. Until we ask the right questions, these morons will continue to take us for granted." Mr. President, sir, having come from my alma mater, I'm also from the University of Jos, and I've taught there in University of Jos for 15 years. I find it very difficult to believe that a graduate of University of Jos will write this on the personality of the Nigerian Senate. I want to ask, sir, are you the author of this tweet or not? Thank you.
Mr. President will not lie to you. Let me speak in pidgin English. Sometimes this country, they choke. They choke us. Mr. President, a few days ago, I was coming back from Kenya on the assignment that this parliament sent me. When I landed at Addis Ababa International Airport, I saw Nigerians being hoarded by a corner, denied flight. I came out of the line, and I asked the immigration people there, why are you keeping these people without them boarding a plane? They told me I should go back to my line. I removed my diplomatic passport. I said, I'm a diplomat. I want to know why they are not boarding the flight. The moment they saw my international passport, red passport, they directed me to a seat, and I sat down there. What I'm saying, I'm on live television. Some Nigerians were in that flight, and they saw me when I left my queue. And I found out what they did. And I told them, give me back these Nigerians, let me take them to my country and hand them to immigration in my country. Most of them, Mr. President, they were treated in such a manner because they are using green passport. Sometimes, when young people tweet what they tweet and they express their frustration on social media, I want you to know that we are doing this out of the love that we have for this country. Not that we hate this country. We have nowhere to go. This is our country. This is an orphan, without a father, without a mother, without a godfather, recognized by the president for his work and presented to serve. Most of these young people who are leaving the country, Mr. President is telling them, come back. Don't be insulted us from America. Don't be insulted us from England. Come back to Nigeria, let's build this country together. And that's why Mr. President nominated him to come back home and not for this country. We commend Mr. President for the love that he has for youth, for women, and his vision for a new Nigeria. Colleagues, please, I beg you as a young person, when you see us sometimes you express passion, support us as your sons, as your daughters. Don't use our age against us. Use our age to see that we help this country. I beg colleagues, this boy is very intelligent. Take a bow and go, please.
This Senate has been very kind to you. In spite of all the noise you make in the Senate, we tolerate you because we recognize the youthfulness in you. I'm very proud of your speech today.
For the fact that he admitted that yes, that tweet emanated from him, and the intention surrounding that tweet was not in any way to disparage or destroy Nigeria as a country, but out of sheer frustration that he encountered in the Chinese embassy. The only area that I strongly believe he will have added to this is sharing his experience in the Chinese embassy with Nigerians, so that he will give us a platform for us as a government to call on the Chinese embassy to ask why Nigerians is being treated this way.
Yes, sir.
But for hiding that and tweeting out of sheer frustration is one area that I am not in support of. But Mr. President, distinguished colleague, Bosun Tijani standing before us, a Nigerian, an IT guru, somebody in his opening remarks has shown how technology can be used to improve our economy. An economist by academics, an IT guru by profession. Mr. President, distinguished colleague, you will quite agree with me that a country that is not fintech compliance at this time and age should know that he is yet to overcome many, many challenges that is confronting that nation. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, someone that Nigeria never believed can throw up somebody like Bosun Tijani, a 46-year-old Nigerian, 41-year-old Nigerian going 42, to be a minister of the Federal Republic, is doing it again. And that was how he started in Lagos. He discovered Bosun when Bosun was 42. He discovered me when I was less than 30. That irrespective of the shortcomings of Bosun Tijani, let's take it as useful exorbitant. And he's here before us to tell us that he has the solution. He has what it takes to contribute to the development of this country. And he has decided to leave his businesses and leave his connection in the IT world to come and add value to the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I want to plead with my colleague that don't let us throw away the baby and the water. The man has appealed before us, and he has accepted to the fact, and even go ahead, I don't know, he has apologized. Okay. Maybe in his submission. He has not even committed anything according to his submission. But out of his sheer frustration, he has explained. My dear colleague, I plead with you that to please, okay, I apologize on his behalf and say that we should allow Mr. Bosun Tijani, a born Ogun State indigene, to take a bow and go.
I have a perspective to share with Nigerians, especially those among our youth who in the last 48 hours, since the name of Dr. Bosun Tijani was sent to this hallowed chamber as a ministerial nominee, our youth are divided on this matter. There are some who are supporting him. There are some who are also sharing other tweets from him similar to those that have been read out here. The truth about it is, beyond these two tweet messages, there are some other ones being shared online. And what is the underlying thing here? And what is the perspective that I want to share? Consider the dates of these tweets and recall the events that took place in Nigeria. Some of my own children and some of our own children were all part of these tweets. Standing before us, sir, is an NSAS protester, if you can so classify him. That is the truth about it. My own daughter, who was not born in Nigeria, I didn't hide my family in the US. I didn't take my family out of Nigeria after I came into public service. I was in the US doing my master's degree. I was there practicing as an attorney when I gave birth to my own children. So they were not born here. But when my daughter was done schooling, she told me she wanted to come to Nigeria for her national service, and I was very glad. My daughter joined the End SARS protests. Around the same time, all these tweets were going on. Very many of our own children asked us questions. Mr. President, I need your protection. All I'm trying to do is share a perspective. The same president, these are the issues for me. Number one, an NSAS protester who believed he was a spokesperson for his own generation, today has come to see the need to join hands with us to build this nation and bring all those ideas around which they organize protest on board to further build Nigeria and rebrand Nigeria. That's number one. More importantly, number two, the same President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a citizen as he then was, not in any official position, who was accused or alleged as having taken soldiers to toll gate plaza in Lagos to shoot NSAS protesters, is the one who today, by the grace of God, as President and Commander-in-Chief of Nigeria, has sent Dr. Bosun Tijani as a nominee to this chamber, because he also believes that they have something to offer. So let's look at it from all these perspectives and know that this man standing before us did what any of our children could have done. At that point, based on their own understanding of what was going on, he portrayed a scenario of how most of the people he was struggling to help were being arrested by the police because they had laptops in their bags, not because they were criminals. Let us remember what happened in this country. We need to move on with this generation. We need to put this behind us. So, of course, if he said anything that he shouldn't have said, he's here to apologize. That's not the problem. But let's take it beyond that and be less emotional about this issue. But we must protect the integrity of this institution. I agree, with our colleagues who are saying this. And our own youth must also learn from this, that even in the face of anger or protest, you must mind the language that you use.
Distinguished leader of the Senate, that even if it was that your child that came before us here, that child will still face the same questions. The questions being asked are not, nobody, I don't think any of them has ever met him. And I don't think any person here has any objection to his nomination. And I don't think anybody here is against him. We are rather appreciative of Mr. President's choice. However, sometimes the past has a way of following us. And I think we can make progress. I will give you an example. The National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy 2020 to 2023 that involves ICT parks, entrepreneurship, innovators, youth empowerment, which will break it down to solid infrastructure, soft infrastructure, service infrastructure. All these policies, he was part of those who developed these policies that he believes can empower young people. When Mr. President was coming on board at Eagle Square, I said that I learned a lot from him when he was governor. I turned boys into men as a governor in my state, and that he will come, if he won the election to be president in Nigeria, that he will turn a lot of Nigerian boys into men. I think this is one of such. Now, if we sit here for the next 5 minutes, somebody will bring out another very derogatory tweet from him, whether it was done in the heat of anger or whether it was in collaboration with your child, I wouldn't know. But the major thing there is that he has a very good opportunity on live television to tender apologies to his elders for his youthful exuberance and his mistakes. And we move on. Dr. Tijani, Dr. Bosun Tijani, this last tweet and many others that will come like the one you call your elders. Look at somebody like Senator Gumel. I'm sure he was in the Senate then when you said that he was a moron. So do you still believe that senators are morons? Or do you have an apology to make?
Distinguished senators, I was raised properly as a Yoruba boy, both in Agege and Abeokuta, so I do understand that we're not meant to disrespect our elders. And that's not the training that we're given. My father probably won't be proud of me for all these allegations. But one thing he'll be proud of as well is that the passion that led me to those mistakes has also given me the opportunity to contribute to the development of this country. So I want to profusely apologize to everyone in this hall, including anyone anywhere in Nigeria that may have been offended about everything I said. I ask that you please, in the process of accepting my apology, that you look at the undertone of everything I've said. I didn't say it to spite. I said it out of frustration and love. So please accept my sincere apologies, please, by explaining. I'm absolutely sorry for everything I've said. I'm sorry.
Distinguished senators, we are all fathers, except for Senator Jimmy Kuta, who is not yet married. We are all fathers, and our children do err. We cannot throw the baby with the bad water away. We recognize his intellect. We recognize his contribution. We thank Mr. President for being a forgiving father despite all these tweets. And I think on behalf of the Senate, I want to accept your apology and keep up the good work of creating opportunities for young people to grow so that they will not have the kind of anger that led you to make all those tweets. Your apologies are accepted. Congratulations on your nomination. You may now step forward, take a bow, and leave.
Point of order, Mr. President. No, not on this matter. Not on this matter. Not on this matter. Point of order. Yeah?